Did you know the hugely powerful effect it can have on you just by being yourself and living a truly authentic life? Well, if you want to know more, stay tuned. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Subscribe.
Amazing.
It took me actually about 37,000 times to record that intro. I have no idea why. I'm just going to put it down to I was rubbish at recording the intro. As good a reason as any. The point of today is how much you can have, how much of a positive effect you can have on yourself and your life by living a genuine, authentic life that's true to you. That's kind of sort of sounds obvious, but really, so often that you can have this facade for work people and friends and family, etc. like that, and you're kind of hiding the real you inside. And I've discussed this before, how that's kind of a sort of a difficult thing to ultimately live with, because the amount of energy and effort it takes to do that, and you're kind of living this duality, it's kind of ultimately doesn't do you any good. But something I've realised literally over the last week, and it's kind of hit me, I'll be honest, quite out the blue. I didn't expect it, and yeah, it's really kind of some ways sort of knocked me for six. And it's something as well that I've kind of known about and thought about, but it's amazing when something that almost underlines something you believe in and kind of says, yeah, that's true. Wow, you know, yeah, it was true. And it's nice when something's confirmed, but I didn't quite expect it to be confirmed in such a powerful, and I don't want to go so far as to say life-changing way, but because it's been such a blast out of nowhere, and literally in the last week I've just discovered this. So let me share it. I'm being very, very vague here, I know, so let me explain it. So in true PewDiePie way, let's get into it. What am I talking about, this whole kind of being knocked for six? Well, being yourself, it's classic advice. Everyone from ever has always said, you know, the best way, always be yourself, whether it's in the kind of chatting someone up, or whether it's in work, or, you know, in a job interview. People say always be yourself, you know, don't try to be someone else, don't try to live this false life and all that sort of stuff. All good advice. I think there's a flaw with that advice, and the flaw is ultimately it's not just be yourself, it's be your best self. That in itself is, again, a bit vague, you know.
What do you mean by being my best self? You know, what does that mean?
And so that's, again, too woolly and too vague. The idea of being your best self is you at full power, at full, I suppose, health, or full sort of energy, and, you know, you're living your optimum life. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be some sort of Olympic athlete or only eating the cleanest food around, and, you know, all that sort of stuff, but it means that you're living an optimal life based on you and kind of your own personality. You're living your life, you're doing your best thing, whatever that may be. It doesn't specifically have to be something rather than something else. You're living life, you're grasping life by the balls, and you're living it, whatever that is. And that could be being creative and making videos, painting, or craft, that sort of thing. You're putting everything in. And again, I've mentioned this idea before about kind of going all in on what you do, whatever it is, whether it's cleaning the house or writing an essay or doing something in work. Go all in and just be almost obsessed with doing that thing the best you could possibly do it. That has huge other knock-on effects about making you happier and helping you to get things done that you sort of perhaps don't necessarily want to do. But that going all in is a powerful, powerful thing. This living your best life, your optimal life, is about kind of going all in, just putting all your efforts and doing it to the best of your abilities. That's basically it, whatever it is you're doing. So that's kind of being your best self. Why has this hit me so much in the last week? Well, what I've found and what I've noticed, that by being so kind of almost raw, but so by being so just genuinely myself, with no pretense, just me being my stupid, childish, messing about, authentic self, is actually, one, refreshing. To be fair, I'm always like that anyway, as ask anyone. I don't know, then you just get this kind of reaction. I've had this reaction, and it's sort of, I don't know, it's very, I suppose, uplifting, but it's refreshing. I said I've been sort of like knocked for six by it, and it just completely underlines and bolsters the idea of how just being yourself with no fluff, good and bad, you know, however you are, you yourself, how you really enjoy life and what you truly want to do and how you act and things like that. One, it's very freeing to you because there's no, I've got to act like this and what are people going to think of me? F that. What people think of you. Doesn't matter. Be yourself. Be your true self. And everyone else, because they don't matter. People who truly care about you, love you, and your friends, family, etc., will accept you for you. The reason they sort of love you and they're involved with you, whether it's friends or romantically, is because they like you as you are. That's the reason. And so if you're trying to live some sort of false life, what's the point? And if someone likes you for that false life that you're putting on, well, they're not really liking you for you. And so as time goes on, if then that kind of facade drops or that mask drops, they could either like you more or completely dislike you. But there's always that risk of the kind of mask coming down. And I'm not necessarily talking about a Spider-Man mask, but if that mask comes down, who knows what's going to happen? Whereas if you're just yourself with no mask, Spider-Man or other, you know that there's that genuine kind of attitude towards you because that is truly you. You're being your authentic self. For years and years I've lived like that, but I suppose it's always been a degree of well, I don't know, is it right? Because I think the ultimate thing I'm probably trying to get to here is that not everyone that you meet and you encounter in your life is going to get you. Some people are going to get you more than others. If you're being your authentic self and being sort of honest and true and not pandering to what other people want you to be like or want you to say and that sort of thing, when you're that honest, some people won't like you or some people won't get you. That's just life. But it's easy to think in your mind, okay, I'm being my authentic self, but I'm not getting this kind of universal liking, so therefore it must be something, maybe I need to tone things down, or maybe I need to become the person that the general audience will want. Yes, if you kind of pander to what most people want that are around you in your immediate circle, yes, then they're going to kind of like you more or get you, and that's fine. But surely you can see the ridiculous situation that is. You've created this personality or this facade that you think the other people like. The other people see that and they like that, but it's not based on truth. It's not based on any reality. You're living a false life, they're liking the false you. That's just ridiculous. And if at any point that kind of facade or that mask drops, then you're in creek, because suddenly you're this different person. It's like, whoa, he's not the sort of person or she's not the sort of person I thought. Whereas if you're your genuine self, yes, you may very much polarize the people around you, but then there's always going to be new people coming into your life, whether you change jobs or other people join your company, that kind of thing. You meet sort of different groups of people, and again, once you introduce yourself to new people, people are either going to like you or not like you, or get you or not get you. By suddenly, meeting other people, there could also be people that really get you. And so it's not about just making the people around you happy, and so you appeal to what they consider to be sort of the normal thing, therefore live this false life so you fit in. And I've spoken about kind of that tribal mentality. By being yourself, it's ultimately initially harder to fit in because you're holding your ground, you're being you. But in the long run, it's better because you're going to ultimately attract people that are like you or get you, and sort of repel people who don't, rather than just kind of give in and just do what all the people around you are doing. And that's so easy to do, and that's often what you do, and it's the easy option. That's the thing. And nothing in life worth having is easy. You've got to put some effort in. But the message from this is, stand your ground, be yourself, be your authentic self, and you will ultimately bring people into your life that get you, like you, however you want to sort of say it. That's what I've noticed in the last week, that, it literally rubber stamps the principle of just being your true authentic self. Kind of knocked me for six a little bit, probably quite a lot, but in a good way, in a really, really good way. I'm grateful for that, because it's quite amazing, and it just shows and it proves that being your authentic self and being your best self, your optimal self, is actually ultimately the best thing. That's it for today. Hope you got some value from this. If you did, hit that like button so it's nice and blue, and as always, I will say I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. And remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye-bye.